Downloading latest intel package. Welcome back. I was getting worried about you.
Agent Academy, episode 15, recorded on February 15th, 2018. I'm Agent Goonie Guy.
And I'm Agent Soho.
And today we have just an amazing show. Just amazing, absolutely amazing. All about anomalies and trolls and portals and talking robots and everything else. Ingress. So welcome to the show. Thanks for tuning in.
I like the part about the trolls and the robots. That's pretty cool.
Sounds like a new MMO. Trolls and robots.
Trolls versus robots.
That'd be crazy.
I'd play it.
Yeah. If it was like an AR game and you spin things and throw things and toss balls and you love that stuff.
Speaking of AR, I guess we'll talk about that later. Another AR thing that I discovered this week.
Uh-oh.
Kind of AR. I'll throw that at you. But first...
Well, what you been up to?
I finally submitted a portal because like every week you're like, I submitted this, I submitted that. And I'm always forgetting. I don't know why. So I went ahead and submitted a portal. I went up to I don't even know what the city is. It's like the border of Tennessee because we went up there to get lottery tickets, just the little dollar tickets. And then we go to Lucky's place because it's like right there. It's like 15-minute drive, maybe 10-minute drive. It's so close. So we go up there and I'm like, man, this place is not even a portal. There's actually two portals next to it. There's a church and there's something else I forget. So it'd be like a little cluster of three, but the lottery place itself, it's called Lucky's Place, and it's like, I don't know, it's just they got music playing inside. It's just you go in, they got like snacks and food. It's just like a weird hangout spot where you just buy lottery tickets, you sit down. I mean,
it's not like a gas station?
No, there's not a gas station. They don't sell it's not a store. It's like a big room with a lot of tables so you can sit down and do scratch offs or whatever you want to. There's always music playing loud. There's always TVs and everybody there is real friendly. We always strike up some conversation with some random people. It's just like, it is a hangout spot and it is a public hangout spot. So I was like, this is a portal then. Like that is exactly what a portal should be. So I went outside. It was nighttime. So it's like one of those nighttime shots of like the glowing sign out front, which is not the best photo, but
right.
That's all I got. So I don't know. Maybe
you're saying if you saw it in OPR, you'd 5-star that one.
Yeah. Just because like I would realize I'm like, well, it's a hangout spot. It's public. It's a sit down place. It's not on the road. I don't know. Everything about it seems okay. It's not unique architecture. It's not historic by any means.
Unless someone wins. Someone who buys a lottery ticket there wins.
Someone did win. Someone won $1 million, $2 million, something, or $6 million, something. Not real big, but somebody did win. They have it like plastered on the wall. They're like, winner was here,
Yeah.
So anyway, so that's what I did. And then I did something else, and I'm sitting here, I was trying to think of what I did. I did something really cool in Ingress this week. And sometime during the show, I'm going to remember it and be like, oh my God.
Well, it must not have been that cool.
It's so cool. It like zapped my brain. Something happened. I don't know. And I forgot it. It was that cool. So
that's super cool.
I think.
I didn't submit a portal this week. Not a single one. I drove past about 4 of them that I submitted in the past weeks that are still in limbo, which we'll get to that later. We have some info about limbo. But I did talk to a friend who works at Curse here. And have you seen the big Curse logo that they had made for their office?
Yes.
Like this huge thing. Like, is that considered enough art to be a portal? Like, it's for Huntsville, Curse being here is rather significant, I would think. Gaming company, and at least for people playing MMOs and stuff. So I'm wondering, what if I submit that logo as a portal?
I don't know. That's a tough one because it's like, like every big company, like tech company, has those. You always see like the lobby of Google or Facebook.
Right.
It says Facebook. It's big lit up like plastic. NBC, ABC, all the TV networks.
Yeah.
I don't know that would be artwork though.
Right.
I mean, I don't know, but then
Like it's kind of weird. It's like almost like a significant thing, may not so much be art, but even the curse one is almost like art, right? It's like so cool how it was hand carved and like all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm thinking.
I don't know. I mean, it's always worth a shot, I guess. I mean, you don't.
Go up there and and they're like part of Twitch now. So like we're streaming on Twitch. We're basically streaming on Curse. So.
Oh yeah,
so
right.
True. Yeah. And let's see. This week, besides that Ingress, I've just been, throwing some mini fields. I'm trying to get level. I'm less than 1 million away from 13, so it's like time just to get out there and micro field my way to the next level.
Right.
Since
yeah.
I can't get enough blue fields. Used to, you could get like a ton of AP going downtown because it would just be littered with blue fields everywhere and just go and just destroy them all. And now not so much.
Right.
So we'll have to get some Smurfs out there making some stuffs. So Smurfs, go make stuff downtown for us so we can level.
Oh, speaking of Smurfs, a Smurf came and blew up my level 8 portal that had been an 8 since the 5-year Ingress thing, when it was super easy to make 8s.
Yeah.
It was an 8 all this time. It's right next to my house too. It's not quite like my home portal, but I do drive by it every day. So I very much enjoyed that it was at level 8. Well, finally a Smurf came by and blew it up. And in the previous episodes, I was talking about kind of like that portal and some other ones. I'm like, where are they at, man? Where are they at? Well, they showed up this week, and I had a recharge war. I hadn't had one of those in a long time. I lost, but hey, because it's 1 versus 2, there was 2 people fighting me.
Oh, that's even harder.
But I used that trick, and I wouldn't have been able to fight them that long if I didn't know about the recycling multiple power cube trick.
That's good.
Which is still my favorite trick of the year, of 2018. Best trick of the year.
So far.
See
if we can figure out some new tricks by the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's about that. I was going to talk about I don't know. I put in here the comm trolls, but I don't even know if that's worth mentioning. Like
trolls and comm.
Like, do you ever get that in the comms? Just other faction like just going off on you for no apparent reason?
No, I haven't really got that.
Well, I do.
Really? That's
but
weird.
It's like backpack accounts. I mean, you can just tell because they're like low level, like barcode names and stuff, just trolling.
Yeah.
And at first I thought they were like asking something serious, and then they got, it was obvious they were trolls. So I was just like, okay, done with you. Like, I'm not going to engage with you. I mean,
did you do something first? Like, did you throw a link and they got mad or something?
No, there was, okay. So now you're making me get to the story. Okay. So there was a Smurf. I went downtown Madison to, farm some, and there was a Smurf there apparently that had just built up the portals. And so I was taking them down. I mean, that's what you do, right? And they said something in the comms about, well, I guess I'm not going to do that mission now. I guess there's a mission downtown that you can do, but you've got to field all the portals downtown. So they had, I guess, done the groundwork for that, but I didn't know, I was just blowing stuff up, because if I had known, I probably wouldn't have messed with it. Right. I mean, there's no reason to.
True.
So anyway, they said that, and all of a sudden the trolls like basically call me an a-hole for doing it. And I'm like, or call me sarcastic, because the one player said something and I said something back, and we joke a lot. Well, I don't know if we joke a lot, but every once in a while, because we know each other around here, right? And so someone comes into your conversation and they don't know what you're talking about, right? They just see text. Text does not give any kind of emotion, so they don't know the backstory there, like whether you're joking or whether you're being a-holes to each other, right? So they went off on me, and I basically said, well, great with your backpack accounts, whatever. And they're like, we're not backpack accounts. We're play Pokemon Go or something like that. And they use it for maps, something stupid. And I was just like, well, whatever. Like, don't come here and just like, you don't know what we're talking about. So don't just come in here and call people names. I mean, that's just, not cool or whatever.
Yeah.
And anyway, they then went off like big time.
Wow.
So, I don't know.
Huh. That's weird.
So
I don't know, man. Sometimes it just happens. I've never really gotten something like that. I don't know. I mean, I once got some angry people in Birmingham just because I threw a link, just one link, and they're like, "Oh my god, it's the worst thing ever! Stupid people from outside that don't know anything about." And I'm like, whatever. Yeah, that was that. But yeah, okay. I guess I've had comm trolls before. It happens.
Yeah. Well, it's just I try not to even engage with that kind of crap because it doesn't lead to anything, and basically you can get yourself banned or suspended or something for if you start talking back, like they can then report you for doing stuff and they'll take action on your account. So like just like take comms out at this point. Like there's no use for it. Let us send messages to people on our own team. That's about it. But anyway, how about we move? Huh? What?
Or did we see comms in the in those prototypes of Ingress Prime?
I think it's on another tab.
Oh, was it? Okay.
I think someone said that. Yeah.
There's still time, Niantic. There's still time to remove it. Anyway.
Alexa, stop.
Oh God.
I don't even know how.
I see. I mute mine every time I hear it talking. I always mute mine before we record the show because you never know what the trigger word will be.
Right.
It sounds very much like her name.
Well, and we'll talk about that. We have some Alexa news later on. So let's get into the situation report.
Sit rep.
Sit rep. We'll have bumpers one day. We even had listeners say they'll make bumpers for us. So we're going to get to it. We promise. This is making this awesome content, though. So.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, this week in the situation report, Ingress news and events, Ingress tweeted out after, well, I guess let's do this in the other order because I was going to give some information they gave out after the anomaly. So the big thing this week was they released a redacted report with 13 kind of hidden areas, and you had to kind of blow them up and reduce, saturate. You had to do stuff to get the actual puzzles. So there's 13 different puzzles that you had to get. And this was the announcement of the anomaly dates. And this is how people were supposed to get it. So
that's a really cool thing.
Yeah, it's like an extra thing. Like this isn't Pokemon Go where they just throw it up on the events. They actually like, hey, let's do something cool. They took time, to get this all set out. And there were some people that were angry at that. And I'm like, what are you angry about? Like, this, like, I had a blast. Like, I went off with, some other Ingress players, and we all worked to try to solve it together. And then, anyway, it was a lot of fun. So once you solve the 13 puzzles, they actually identified 13 portals across the world. And so then players had to actually go to those portals and hack them to get media. I believe this is how it all worked. And then that media gave the information to finish the report so you could see what it said.
That is pretty cool. From like Japan to Egypt to New Orleans. Crazy. All over the place. And people got mad. They're like, won't they just tell us? Why do we have to work for it? Why do we have to play fun games?
No one wants to do those puzzles. And it's like, you mean the people who do puzzles every day and they have a whole website and investigate Ingress all about puzzles? I think people like puzzles. There's enough people, right?
Right, yeah.
So anyway, so once you got that, they then released the actual video that then showed all the locations and anomaly dates for the rest of this year, which they won't be till July is when the first ones start. There will be another event coming up, also the Olympiad coming up as well. But starting in July on the 28th, do we want to read all these, or just if people are interested, they can go?
Yeah, I guess so, because it is a big list of places.
Right. So July 28th, August 25th, October 20th, November 17th, February 23rd, March 23rd, and then May 4th are when they will all be. And I don't know which ones. We actually didn't get to talk today about which ones. I don't know which ones you want to go to, but I definitely want to hit Atlanta. That's actually a prime one, our primary. Yeah. And then New Orleans, which kind of sucks because they're all, 2019, but there's nothing close to us until then. And then I really want to get to Chicago because that's the last one. It's not horribly too far. Yeah.
Well, Athens is only a 30-minute drive from here.
Right.
Athens, Alabama.
Athens. I was thinking Athens, Georgia, not even that. Not Athens, Greece, though.
No, yeah. That one is a longer drive.
Need a different kind of car for that.
Need a lot more gasoline for that. I would say probably Atlanta's pretty doable. We definitely know our way around there, and that's not a long drive. But don't we know some one guy that wants us to go to New Orleans?
New Orleans.
And he'll show us around. Las Vegas, however, would be super fun. I don't know. Yeah. We'll talk. We'll look around. Chicago would be fun too. I don't know. So
look and see.
Yay.
Well, also, cool. I don't know if you read the report, but once you got it, they started talking about a new thing, Dark XM.
Ooh.
And it's a there's actually a post about this on the Reddit, so I thought it'd be interesting to bring up. But it's a Dark XM based virus, and then someone actually posted in the comments, Bobo Britannico on Reddit, about how we talked about that, or that there are some things about that on our show about viruses and stuff to portals, and so maybe they're listening because I'm sure they didn't have this figured out a year ago. Or at least 3 months ago, maybe something.
Nice.
So yeah,
that's cool. Let's see here. Where are we at here?
At the end of that, we'll release all those links too in the show notes, so take a look at those. But after that, we've got the AMA stuff. Do we want to go through these? I just picked out some that were interesting.
Yeah. Okay. So starting off, we got one from Chris Unverfert, aka Evil Superheroes. Andrew, when can we honestly start to see movement on portals stuck in limbo that have recently been submitted? And the answer is, as mentioned in an answer to a similar question on the same topic, this should be happening in the next few months. Okay, so some are stuck in limbo, huh?
So yay. Yeah, I've got a ton stuck in limbo.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say you do. I know for sure. I've seen people say that, they've had stuff stuck for 8 months, so.
All right.
I don't have any in limbo, but all of the Walmarts all over America that I submitted, they've all been denied. So
all the Walmarts. You should have gone for the Circle K's, apparently. Which I forgot to put that in the intro that I went to Circle K today, no less, to try it out. Let's see if they fixed things yet. Mm-hmm. What do you think? Do you think I got a code for my Polar Pop?
Hell no.
Hell no, that's right. So
man, those slackers.
Everyone who was boycotting Circle K, you can continue the boycott.
The Circle K slackers.
So one day that'll get fixed, I'm sure, right?
Sure.
So we also had question 71, Brent Hollett or Perrin Gaiden. Any update on a trusted reviewer group to handle portal edit appeals and submission appeals? And Andrew says portal edits are coming to OPR, so I don't think a trusted reviewer group for edit appeals is needed. No update on submission appeals, and I'm not sure it will be a thing at this time.
Okay.
So edits coming to OPR?
Yeah, edits coming soon. Not bad. Then we have another one. Is this the third question? Question 3 from AP Metaphor.
Yeah.
Will those who have registered for previous NL events receive credit towards their tiered badge? And the answer is no. No, they will not, sir. He didn't actually say sir, but it would have been cool if he did.
It was implied, right?
Yeah.
So, and I think that's fine, and I think probably the reason why I think now for the events you actually sign up and then scan stuff and spin stuff, right? Whereas like when we went, you got like a card and you did, you spun it and then you did the missions. Yeah. So maybe it was easier to cheat it back then, kind of like you could cheat the recharge rooms and stuff. So they're trying to clamp down on that.
Right.
It would be nice to get it to count to it, but you know what? We'll get to it when they come back to the U.S., which they are coming back. Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Like, good. Nope, they're done. They're going to hit there and then go to the Antarctic. And that'll be it.
Isn't that where the aliens live?
That is where the exogenous. I have a hard time saying words. Okay, so also I thought this was very interesting. Question from Tiernan Mesmer asked, you've mentioned about OPR candidates on military grounds in a previous AMA. What about mine sites? Goes on to say, according to NIA Ops, mine sites are treated the same as military grounds. Only portals on residential single-family properties should be denied due to property type, assuming the portal meets all other submission criteria, which includes not obstructing or interfering with the operations of industrial site as cited in the OPR help article, which I think this is great. So I was definitely absolutely wrong with my analysis of what that meant in the thing, in the guide. So he is saying that military bases are, as long as they meet all the other criteria,
it's weird,
and just don't block things on a military base that I guess that's the entrances and exits and the tank bays, maybe where people are doing training, running around with
like ballistic tests or whatever, you know.
Don't go out on a shooting range and try to get a portal of that target while they're actively shooting things.
I mean, I guess okay. I mean, it's good to know what's what's allowed and what's not, really. I mean, because it's not super apparent otherwise, just reading like the guidelines and stuff like that. So okay, so that's cool. So not every portal is going to be actually like accessible to everybody. It is public access as far as if you have a badge and you're allowed on the base, then you are still the public, right?
Right. You get a job on the base, and
right. Okay, so that makes sense. Okay, that's good to clear it up. I mean,
or you'll have to meet people that work on the base and get their super top secret clearance. And
I mean, or what all you have to do is really like rent a helicopter, like get a like a parachute in at night
with parachute pants.
Yeah, night vision. And then that's it. Real easy, super easy. Like a baby could do that.
Is that to to submit a portal or just to capture one?
To do one single hack, and then you climb the ladder back up, and then you get back in your helicopter and you get out of there.
I don't know if you climb a ladder to helicopters. That's why you have the parachute pants.
Don't they have the little swingy like rope ladders they like let down?
Oh yeah. No, they definitely do.
Because like in all the action movies, this always happens.
Forgot about that. Or you could just hide in the little mud river with your knife and just pop up
like Rambo.
Yeah,
sweet. Oh, okay.
I thought that's where we're going. No, okay.
Pretty much, yeah. Let's see. Question number 15 from James Green, aka Agent JKG 5150. Is it on
Rush thing, right?
Is that what it was?
Wasn't Rush 5150?
I think. Yeah.
Was that Van Halen? Didn't they have a number? Something? I don't know. I think it's Rush. We'll go with Rush.
We'll go with that one. Is it on Niantic's roadmap to allow agents to migrate their accounts from one email address or Google account to another? That's actually a pretty good question. Okay. All right. So answer is NIA Ops says that they are aware of the challenges that the current system presents. There are plans in place to eventually expand the login solution. That's good news.
Yeah.
When that will occur, and what it will look like has not yet been determined or finalized.
Now, the rumor is that you're just going to use your Pokemon Go login.
Oh, right.
No.
I mean, if they do kind of like what everybody else does, like Blizzard and Hi-Rez and all these game companies that have a network of games, right? They just eventually go one login, right? Why not that, right? They're creating this network of games, like they only have like two right now, but they'll have three. Right. They'll have more and more. So why not just a Niantic login, and then from there, I guess you would have multiple Niantic logins or something, because they're saying basically email address / Google account. So it's like, just switching your Google account. But is that going to kind of pave the road for like cheaters and stuff, like backpack accounts or mule accounts, whatever you call it?
Making new accounts or changing?
Yeah, because if it's really easy to flip through them, then...
Well, and I think they ran into a little bit of that with the Pokemon Go, because people could make a bunch of is it like trainer accounts or something? Like there's another site you can make an account to log into Pokemon Go with. It doesn't have to be Google, and people were using those to make the bots and the things to scan the maps and show where things were spawning, and running those sites off those. So if that was easy because they could make those and make 50 of them at a time, and if they got banned, so what? They could just go and make a new one. Then that wouldn't be good for Ingress. Right. People could just do that and do the same things for other nefarious things. Thank you, Valor Fox. It's the PTC player training account. So I don't know what it will be, if it'll just be, hey, you can change your email like once a year or something like that. Like that would be much better than it is now, right? But still keep some sort of kind of tie in to, keeping it.
I mean, more I think about it, I'm like, well, when would you actually want to switch accounts? I mean,
well, there's the things I've seen is like someone has signed up with their school email address, and well, if they don't go to the school anymore, they lose that email address. People have signed up with their work address, no longer work there, can't access that email, and their account's gone, basically.
Oh, I see. So this is a migration, not a quick account switcher. Because like Twitter and Instagram is a good example. Instagram used to not be able to switch between accounts, but people started using Instagram as businesses, right? So if you own a business and a personal, you want two Instagram accounts, and you'd have to log out and log in, and then log out and log. It's like a big hassle. So they just have a pull down menu now. So I was imagining that's what Ingress would do, but I would hate that. Why would you want to constantly switch between accounts? It sounds like nefarious reasons. So,
right. But
yeah, migration is great. Once every 6 months or something like that, right? Like don't abuse it. Have a limit.
Yeah. Well, and that's cool. Yeah. So cool. Well, it'll be cool to see what happens. And this last one, question 48 from Adam. It actually kind of struck a little home to me because I was actually in the planning phase of doing this. So I don't know if you've ever heard of Little Free Libraries. Have you ever heard of this project? So there's a project that's online called Little Free Libraries, and basically you build this box with little doors and a post, and you put it out on your property, like next to a walkway where people walking in your neighborhood can get it. And it's a library. It's like a free library. People can put books in or take books out and take them home and then bring them back.
I see where this is going.
Right. And so it's a great thing for little communities. Like if you've seen them anywhere, it's a great thing. So I was thinking about making one of these, because there are a bunch that are already portals in the network, because it hits all the stuff, right? As long as you put it, or the thought was if you put it on the easement of your property, that technically it was on city land, since on that easement it's kind of city property, and a lot of cities don't mind that because it's kind of a public works library. It's cool. So they're everywhere in OPR. So anyway, this question hits that. Adam asked, little free libraries, when reviewing potential portals in OPR, should they be approved if they are next to the road or sidewalk within the county city right of way, but the lawn they are on is owned and maintained by a residential home privately owned? These seem to be county city property and private property at the same time. It seems the LFL is inviting the public to stop by. What do you say? According to NIA Ops, and this week was kind of cool. Andrew actually took more time than normal to get these answered because he went to like NIA to the Ops to ask them, so he could get the info. Anyway, if it's on someone's private residential property, right of way or not, it does not meet criteria. If it's on a common area that's not associated to any private residence, that should be okay. It's hard for us to know the local nuances of legal access for a global game. So as a general rule, if it's on the do not submit list, do not submit them. So if it's on the easement or if it's on that thing and it's under private property, no bueno. It's not good in OPR. Now, if it's like say a clubhouse to an apartment or townhouses or even like a community near a community park, like I still think it would fit that, and it would probably actually be a better location for it if you have something like that near your neighborhood. But yeah, so
wow, okay, so that's a pretty interesting. So, we could probably do something with this here idea.
you know where a public place where you could put one is that?
I mean, a park, right? A park right next to your house.
Well, there's a park there though. Just do the park.
Oh, well, I guess you're right. The park would be the thing.
What if I put it in front of a firehouse?
I mean, isn't there a school schools? No, you're right. No, I don't know. Okay,
next you're going to put it on a military base right in front of the ambulance station. It's right there. Anyway, let's go ahead and see what's in the capsule.
What's in the capsule?
It's my favorite bumper yet.
All right. Opening up this sucker. And I see, what do I see? Tell me, what do I see?
You see a media update.
Oh, okay.
Let me pull this out of there. What the hell are we doing?
Sound like a cat or something.
I've been thinking, media, in the past, people don't really enjoy getting media. Right? Because it's an item that just takes up space and it's basically feels almost like spam. But there's some media that's kind of cool in the past or significant events that would be cool to get. Mm-hmm. But I think there was lots of complaints about it because we kind of stopped getting media a while back. I haven't gotten a media, I don't know how long.
That's true.
When's the last time you can think of getting media?
Probably
Anomaly?
The Anomaly. Yeah. And that was a long time ago.
Right? So, anyway, so I've been thinking that's probably one of the reasons, because I remember someone saying something about, hey, why haven't we seen media? And Andrew was like, well, y'all bitched about it back when it was going on. So he didn't use those words, and I don't know why I did, but sorry. Anyway, I think they should just update that whole system. Why can't they do something like the key capsules where either there's a media capsule, and all the media goes in there, and maybe unlimited space. You can keep it forever, or just have a media tab where the media goes and it counts towards nothing, but you always have it and it's there and you can look at it, spin it and click it and go to links and things like that.
Huh.
And then, just watch the video right there in the scanner. If it's a video media.
Okay.
And maybe start putting podcasts in there.
Right? Yeah. So and you could collect this stuff. I mean, put in a capsule, keep it forever. Actually, we have a comment here. We're streaming on YouTube and Twitch. We're streaming a lot of places tonight as a test that we'll probably keep doing here from now on. Anyway, in the chat room of YouTube is Diane said, one of our new players got media tonight. So it's still dropping.
Well, was it on one of those portals, I wonder?
I don't know.
Because if it was one of those portals, it could actually be one of the items from the redacted report for getting those portals.
But I don't know. I mean, wouldn't they cut those off? Like, would they still be dropping?
I think they would, just because people might still be working on the report, not looking at whatever, and ask people to go look at it, or because they would drop more than one. Like or at least they would drop for other people, so it wasn't like a one-time drop. So I don't know. Maybe they turned it off. Maybe they didn't. Maybe there's another media. Maybe I need to go hack some stuff and go see what's going down.
Right. I mean, I hacked today. I didn't get anything, but yeah. Huh. Interesting. All right. Well, let's see. Hal. So that was your idea.
What is your idea, sir?
Okay. So Anomaly themed. How about easier navigation and anomalies? So I love the big I don't know what you call it, like the big swirly
Lebowski.
Remember, like when we were in the last Anomaly in the what you call it in Nashville.
Yeah.
Right above the final boss, right, where we had to move shards into a giant fountain and all this. They had a big like icon, like a big swirly, like, notable thing floating above the portal, and then they had all the shards coming in and swirling around, stuff like that. So this is like unique visuals just for Anomaly. So if you expand that idea and make it a little bit easier for people to navigate, because it's a little hectic for people who aren't completely paying attention at Anomalies. Not to say that, oh yeah, we're just walking around following people around, whatever they tell us to do, we do. Sure, there's people like that, but I'm saying, like, there's a lot to think about and a lot to do and a lot to maintain when your group is just heading off in one direction. And you're like, oh God, I have to do this, or I'm thirsty. Oh, I have to go to the bathroom. I don't know. Who knows? But how about easier navigation where you don't so much have to look up maps and communicate so much, like, oh, where's this at? Where's that at? Give directions. How about just color code the map, right? So you have segments of the map. And I'm talking about in your scanner, the actual map itself is like the ground is like an orange here, and this ground here is blue, and this one's green, this one's red. They're basically color coded, saying what clusters are what and what zones are different, like stages, right? Because you had like different stages of the anomaly. So anyway, just a quick way of just glancing down and going, oh, we're supposed to be over there, right? Because you can see off in the distance, there's a red patch over there, and that's stage 3, So I'm just going to run to the bathroom where I've never been in this city before. I'm in maybe downtown Chicago. I could actually run somewhere, come back out and find the place without talking to anybody or knowing the city. Anyway, so easy navigation would be swell for the new Ingress Prime.
There you go. Yeah.
There you go.
There's some crazy cool ways they can do that. And they've got new stuff coming out with the Prime stuffs. And so the stuffs will be Sir Stuffs with maybe a map like that for Anomalies, which will have Prime for the next Anomaly. I think that's kind of cool to think about. Like, how's it going to work under, the strain of an Anomaly?
Right. Yeah.
Or we'll hear about it in our recharge rooms.
Right. True. Okay. So we have some submissions from other people.
Oh, what? Other agents.
There
we go.
Just one other person, actually. From Shilster. The Shilster, level 12 enlightened agent, said, how about the ability to move the screen around with one finger? This was already announced. Was this a note that it's already been announced?
Yes.
More inventory with every level, or you can buy in the store like Pokemon Go, right? More badges to earn. Oh, so this is a list of things that he wants. More badges to earn. Badges for working together with another agent, and possibly more AP. Oh my! So he wants everything in the world. Okay, so let's break this down.
Cool stuff, right?
So the first for the one finger spinny winny navigation thing. Okay, already announced for Ingress Prime.
So yeah. And Unity allows you to do that. I mean, that's in Pokemon Go,
right?
And
so that makes sense.
Confirmed it during an AMA.
Okay, and then you got more inventory with every level, or you can buy in the store like Pokemon Go. Okay, so your inventory gets bigger as you level, or you could buy like an extra sack or something. I don't know.
More
from
capsules,
the store,
right?
Right.
I mean, really, if you think about it, like, what's your biggest? Like, maybe they could add capsules for different types. You know, there's a mod capsule, there's a burster capsule. Capture. I want to capture. Do you want to capture? But capsules for like that sort of thing, maybe, and that way, or just like you're saying, just hey, buy 1,000 extra slots, see here, or 200 at a time, like, or I guess Pokemon Go does 50 at a time. Does that seem right?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I like the level up. Like when you level, I think somebody might have mentioned that earlier. If not, that's exactly on the money. I think like when you level up, your XM bar gets bigger. Like I've always thought like, it's kind of a bummer. Like I want so much more than just that, you know? So yeah, more inventory would be a good goal, a good incentive to level up, you know? So, okay. I like it. And then he says more badges to earn. Obviously, right? Everybody loves badges.
And this was paraphrased, so I probably didn't do it right. That last part, badges for working together with other agents, and that possibly giving you more AP.
Oh, I see. Okay.
That a little more sense. Which
right.
Kind of a cool idea.
Yeah. Group badge missions or type things, quests, whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
I mean, that's very how MMOs work, right? So like, and usually it's more than two people though. Like they want people to group together. And I think Ingress wants people to play together. So to say, hey, if you get 3 or more people, we'll give you a percentage bonus for doing stuff together at the same time. So I don't know how it would work in Ingress if you could like form a party, kind of like how they do in Pokemon Go when they're in, you know, battling the legendaries and stuff. Like, you know, like, a party in there and stuff. So maybe you could just be like, I think that'd be kind of cool if you could set a party and you can see those people on your map. I think we've talked about that kind of before, something similar. But so that'd be kind of cool to be able to like nav to them like you would a portal, but you could click on someone in your party and then navigate over to them.
Right. Yeah, just, you know, more group type things. I mean, I think we've basically said that in every episode. You know, just make it a party.
Every single one of them.
All right, so that's what's in the capsule. If you're wondering what was in the capsule, that's it.
And now we have a bumper from JBJ Blaze.
Greetings, Agent. You just called the Agent Academy podcast. Comes hotline.
So there we go. It's only 20 seconds long. That's a much better length. What do you think the perfect length, Eric? You make some great bumpers. What's?
I'd say probably 15 to 20 seconds is a really good number. 30 seconds feels a little long. That's about the length of a normal commercial, and that's kind of a little dragging. But 15 is awesome. 15.
Okay. Well, that's
20 on the long end. Yeah.
But it's awesome bumper anyway. Thanks for sending that in, JBJ Blaze. So, Comms, this is where we give the feedback that you gave us on YouTube, Twitter, Telegram, Facebook, anywhere that you leave comments that don't go in other sections, they go here. And starting with John Rocks, because Well, with a name like that, you must. So
Clearly.
had a comment on the last episode that just said, "What's in the capsule?" I love this segment. So thank you.
Nice. Well, thank us. We love it too. Almost as much as we love the Crystal Crow. She left a comment. You need to come to Richmond. The whole place is blue and we frogs can't break through. Nice.
Now we've got to know some enlightened in Richmond. I know some in west of Richmond. Maybe we can persuade them to take a trip over there and play some Hulk Smash for a weekend.
Yeah.
Or something.
How far is Virginia? That's like northeast on the coast somewhere. Like that's like right next to DC, I think.
It's
right?
way east. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that'd be a drive, but an awesome one. Like I've never been over there. Ever.
It would be a 10-hour drive.
10 hours?
10 hours.
Oh, okay.
We could do that right now. You want to do that right now? We'll get there, 6 in the morning. Well, 7 in the morning their time.
Oh, okay. Just in time for a continental breakfast at Red Roof Inn. Sounds safe. Can I have some extra salmonella?
Maybe we can get a room right next to the where the cops go again. That was fun. Anyway, move on here. Some Twitter comments. We have one here from LA Southern 328. It says, Agent Academy, what a week. Hit level 14 and hacked a quantum. So Eric Fullerton, here's your proof. And he sent an image as well of the capsule. So congrats on 14. That's awesome.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and he's the one who wanted us to come down to Baton Rouge, I believe.
Baton Rouge?
Oh, yeah, I was thinking. But yeah, he gave a screenshot of the quantum capsule being in there. And I looked real close and I saw some pixels that just looked a little funny.
Oh, you think it was photoshopped?
I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
but still, I don't know for sure, because I haven't seen it. I've only seen screenshots.
Well, was it just a capsule or was it a message saying he just hacked it, right? Because it could just be an old capsule.
Right? I don't know. Yeah, true. I didn't see a date and time and all that. Anyway, but congrats on level 14. And we got a comment from our Telegram. We have a Telegram group. Agent 1017 PM. That's his name? That's pretty cool. 1017 PM. Sent in this sit rep. ENL of AM01 Juliet 7 in Chicago spent the whole cycle throwing mini fields, working counter ops and partying to win a cycle for my first time since Thanksgiving of 2016. Nice.
And 1017's in the YouTube chat. So thanks for watching the show live and congrats on that. And hopefully we'll see you in Chicago next year when we'll destroy it again.
Yeah, and that's cool. I like that. I don't know why I like the name so much. I've never seen like somebody use a time as a name, like 10:17 p.m. Anyway, okay, off to Facebook or MySpace. Should we do the MySpace next? Because people have been leaving us a lot of comments on there, and we can't get to them because MySpace is down because it doesn't exist anymore.
What?
Anyway,
have you seen it lately?
Is it really
so cool now? Like now, Justin Timberlake bought it.
Oh,
and now it's just his. He wanted to be the new Justin. Wasn't that his name?
Oh yeah, Justin with the whiteboard. Yeah, I know.
Wasn't he the first one? Wait, no, he was everybody's friend. Was it Justin or no? I'm thinking Justin. Who was everybody's friend on MySpace?
Tom, maybe. Yeah, Tom. Okay, that was it.
Tom Anderson.
Anderson.
Justin. I think Justin Timberlake bought it now. It's actually kind of a pretty sleek. Are you looking at it?
Yeah, I just went to it. I'm like, what? So he's just trolling the world. I think basically. Is he gonna buy GeoCities next? Because somebody should buy that. I'm
going to make us an Agent Academy MySpace page tonight.
Oh, dude! If you go to geocities.com, it forwards you to some Yahoo site.
50megs.com.
50megs.com.
But now they give you they're actually 1tb.com because now they give you a full terabyte. But I'm just kidding.
Walk down memory lane.
Yeah, let's
Ask
skip
Jeeves
down.
still up.
So we got a comment here from Tom from MySpace who says, "I'm not your friend." No. Okay, so Facebook comments. Agent Chilster, level 12, enlightened, sent a message, said, "Hello, Agent Academy. Love your videos, podcast. Watch it every Wednesday. I am Agent Chilster, or the Greens, level 12. I live here in Torrance, Canada.
California.
California.
In Canada? Torrance. Is that in Canada or California?
Right?
It's one of the two. It's got to be on this continent somewhere. Okay, a quick Google search reveals that it is a region of Los Angeles.
Right. And this was sent actually to the message box, and I just realized that. So I don't want to read the full message.
Oh.
Because I don't know if it, I don't know if it was like a public message or just a private message. So actually, anyway, thanks for sending the message. If you want us to answer it live on the show, just send it, let me know in the Facebook message, and we'll do it next time. So I'll move on then.
Cool. Okay.
Agent, time to move. It's time to move. It makes me want to dance. Just ding. Anyway, Agent Time to Move says previously sent in a tip on how to cancel animations on iPhone by using a power cube. And now he's found an even better way without using the cubes. And so, that was our comment apparently. And their comment was, "Thanks for the highlight on your podcast. There's another way. You can also click Ops and select any weapon, but don't fire. Just escape out, and the animation stops without using up cubes. I now use that trick instead of cubes."
Okay, so you quickly hit Ops, select weapon, and then back out?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Because you've selected the weapon, so it does back you out because you're ready to fire.
Right.
But at that point, you don't fire. You just are done with the animation. Okay, I see. That one's way better than the cube one because you're like using items. So cool. Okay.
Unless it just
Nice.
needs
all right,
to
Agent.
the doozles.
Agent time to move. Next week, we expect a revision. The next revision of this.
There's going to be a new trick.
Okay.
It's going to be like, I just started hacking into my client. No. No, that's
With a screwdriver. Anyway,
I just switched to Android. It's much easier. Hit the back out key.
So we have a new segment.
A new segment,
Which means new bumper.
Yeah, you ready?
We don't have.
Media acquired.
Media acquired. Okay, media acquired. This segment is Ingress related sites, tools, videos, music, etc.
We're bringing the media back to the game, right?
Mm-hmm. Unless instead of dumping all this stuff and sit rep like a bunch of crazy people, I guess we're gonna divide all this stuff out, which is great. So we have some media mentions this week, and and here's an app to practice glyph hacking, and this is I remember using this one. If it's the one I remember, it's a you can use it mobile or you can just use it on your desktop. It's actually pretty cool. There's a list of all of the possible glyphs, I guess, glyph symbols or whatever, and you can practice drawing them like with your finger or mouse. And it's a web-based thing, and it's actually kind of cool. It's like a fidget spinner for Ingress players.
Well, and you can set it up too. I like that you can set up as a level 8 portal, so then it'll spit out the 8. Or not the 8.
Right. Oh, right. Yeah. I forgot. Yeah. The different levels of glyph hacking or whatever you want to call it. But yeah. The full
and you can go back and stuff and just do that same one, so you can really get into your head that phrase or sentence, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
So this is the Ingress glyph tools, and we'll link to this course in the show notes and stuffs, and put it into chat as well. I'll let you get that one off. The next one is there's a new Ingress show podcast. I don't know if they have just the audio version, but it's on YouTube, and it's called the Portal Hunter Club, and it is definitely a Resistance show. So all the Resistance players are going to like that. But it's two gents talking about Ingress. So I love seeing new content out there, other shows and stuff. And if you have one and we haven't noticed it yet, let us know so we can talk about it on the show and take a gander. Maybe we can do like a crossover. Like, I don't know, like all four of us on one show just talking Ingress.
I bet we could. I was watching the show while I was working and doing other things, and they did mention at the top of the show they would have guests on, they would do this and that. They seem pretty cool guys. So like, the more the merrier. It's pretty awesome. And let us know, if you know of another podcast, or if you want to start one or whatever, let us know. Okay,
that sounds like a plan, Stan.
That's the end of that.
That's the end of that. And so now we get to the agent debrief. Oh, are you doing that? I rolled all over your bumper.
All right, agent. It's time for your debriefing, which is like the name of this segment. It's called Agent Debrief. So get in here and take your debriefing like a man or a woman.
I think that might have been long. 15 seconds.
Is that weird? Did I make it weird?
That was not a brief bumper for the agent debrief. Like, we're still doing it. Like, it's like an hour-long bumper for this segment.
We
just don't want to go. That's how much we love all of you, and we want to stay and just talk about Ingress forever. Okay.
So, end of bumper. Anyway, so this is the end of the show, basically. So,
hey, thanks
for watching. The show's on YouTube this week. We only need 182 more hours. And if you don't know what we're talking about, I guess don't worry about it. But the deadline is looming. February 20th is our when everything goes to hell.
That dark XM comes flowing out of the channel.
Right. And then, you want to talk about the streaming?
Yeah, so you may have noticed tonight, I know we have some people in the YouTube chat room, but we're now streaming in more places. So if there's a specific site that you would like to watch live streams from that we don't currently live stream and you don't want to get involved with those, let us know. We may actually be able to stream there as well. So I know we're doing it in, I believe, in China. I think we have a stream there. I think that's where one of them is. And then there's Good Game,
China?
And then Africa TV. So
Africa.
So maybe, and we don't get the chats going for those. We don't see those. So there could be 1 billion people in there right now watching the show. I'm sure they are.
And they don't speak English. They're like, I don't know what these guys are saying.
Or they speak better English than us, and they still don't know what we're saying because we speaks the bad stuffs, the bad English. We don't know the words. So anyway.
And speaking of Africa, go out tomorrow and watch the new Black Panther movie. I'll probably try my best to go see it.
I've got a gift card. My brother gave it to me for my birthday for movies, so that's where I'm going to go use it, I think. I've heard good stuff so far. It's supposed to be really good.
Mm-hmm. Also, leave us reviews on iTunes so we can kind of get a little idea of how we're doing. Also, we'll look those up and read them on the show. It helps us get ranked and all that good stuff. So, and then you can call us and leave your opinions.
Right.
On speakpipe.com/Agent Academy. That's where you go to leave voicemail and stuff like that. So notice you didn't hear anybody in this episode because nobody left us voicemail. So if you leave us voicemail, priority number one, we will play it, and it doesn't even have to be a good message. That's the trick. It could be just like you saying comms, kind of like JBJ plays, and we'll probably play it on the show.
We like audio. It's just a thing. If it's a question, that's just a bonus. It's like a bonus round for us.
Right.
So, and also tweet us anything over at Agent Academy, as well as join our Telegram channel. We have just a blast channel where we blast announcements, but then in there, I believe pinned at the top, you can find our discussion channel, and people are talking in there all the time, showing cool shots and pics of portals where they're at, and talking about the show and Ingress. And so it's a nice little chatting community, and it is cross faction, and it's cross faction safe. Is that a thing?
Yeah. It's cross faction, and it's just something like you can pop up on your phone as you're like out ingressing it in between hacks, right? You're waiting 5 minutes because you're farming keys. Just flip over and be like, "Hey, dudes, I'm in a car, like farming keys. I don't care. Just say whatever. It's fun, It's a cool little place to hang out." And I guess that's about it. You can subscribe on YouTube. You can follow and subscribe. You can click all the buttons on the internet, all of them. Every single freaking last button on the internet. Click it at least once, and you will be like the clicker king. And that's all I have to say about that.
Did we do a clue last week? Did we give a code out last week?
No, we didn't. And I guess we didn't to this episode either.
Yeah.
Even though there's some weird binaries on the screen, but
I forgot
they
to
don't
do
mean
that.
They don't mean anything.
Crap.
We'll be back next week with another encoded message for you, agents. So get out there, move, or just sit in the car. Either one. Bye.
Before we go, we have one last question from the chat.
Oh, okay.
From hey Chris, I figured because we won't see it next week, so let's get to it now. Let's say I have a question, guys. Can we get the medal from the Anomaly just if we subscribe and we don't go? Because I have seen a lot of agents that they never went to an Anomaly, but they have the badge. And so the way to do it is get involved with a recharge room. They actually have this built in now. Used to you'd have to coordinate with the people running the recharge rooms. They'd have to turn in your names, and then they would add you to the list, and you would get the badge. And you also help your team out by going and helping out the recharge room. Sometimes they're not close to you, so get in with your local community and find out where they're going to be for all the anomalies you can't attend. And Andrew Krug, the community manager, has said that they've got the stuff working now where they can tell, and so they are going to turn that back on and give those badges out again. They didn't for the last Anomaly, but they will in the future. So go help your faction out if you're enlightened and get that badge. So thanks for watching the show, and
and go to myspace.com
/Agent Academy in 15 minutes.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye, y'all.